And you're on the record. Dr. Sunil Parekh, thank you so much for joining us on ITV Gold. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Of course, today we have you here with us to talk to us about the Sight Saving Academy of India and some of its incredible works during COVID-19 and all of the relief efforts that you're doing. So just going straight into it, the chief mission of your organization is to, save and prevent blindness and diabetes, but you have redirected your entire efforts currently to community intervention with COVID-19. Dr. Parekh, my first question to you would be, could you tell us a little bit more information about the Sight Saving Academy of India and all the work that they have been doing and how you had to change it to help COVID-19 relief?
Yes, thanks to ITV Gold and thanks to Dr. Parekh for supporting always the community awareness and important intervention in any crisis or emergency. Sight Saving Academy of India was started in 2004 in an aeroplane from my trip to Chicago to New Jersey, and with cooperation from Mr. Harry Shah, Annu Kapoor, Sundarani Eye Hospital, we established a non-profit in a couple of weeks when we heard about the crisis in Agra, about providing prevention of blindness effort. And since my team in New Jersey had years of experience in prevention of blindness, I am retired, but I was the state director for prevention of blindness for New Jersey for more than 20 years. And we started the project in Agra, and then we expanded to Dahod and Goraj and Godhra and Sargur. So our main focus is, even though on a small project, we want to impact people with diabetes, people who are in need and have glaucoma or cataracts, and with very simple and understandable interventions, we can make a big impact, especially in India. So SAI, SSAI, is mainly focused in India, and we have achieved many milestones by creating this Sight Saving Academy.
Right.
By end of February, while I was working with Dr. Meena Murthy and South Asian Diabetes Center, we were discussing about COVID-19 pandemic before even anybody else knew. And I discussed the whole problem with my SAI team, and they agreed to change the focus temporarily 100% on COVID. And we started our journey in COVID prevention and reduce its impact on community. And we were thinking about building the capacity, and gradually and slowly, from 6-7 people, we have become team of 80 people at SSAI. So our main mission is to help people.
Yes, so just talk about, let's talk about a little bit more of the work that is happening directly for COVID-19 relief, as we are following up a lot of updates and stories related to that. Dr. Sunil Parekh, you worked with hospitals to provide PPE supply and also to provide food for the doctors. Could you reflect on the importance of that? What kind of deficiency did you all notice in the state of New Jersey that PPE was required? And also, what is happening in terms of making sure that there's enough PPE now?
Fortunately, I worked very closely with SKN Foundation and St. Peter's University Hospital South Asian Diabetes Center. And both of these centers are so resourceful to provide guidance. And then on the same time, at the same level, fortunately, SSAI team was growing like anything. And the first we were approached by Dr. Meena Murthy about in early March, when the country was going through the crisis of PPE. And we started our first mission under SSAI to gather, find, collect, get donations for PPE. And along with me, GDB International, Mr. Sunil and Sanjeev Bagaria, they joined the mission. And चला था अकेले में मैं चलता गया, लोग जोड़ते गए, कारवा बनता गया. So everybody started trusting us. They saw
Right.
our work, and people joined our team. And almost from my rough calculations, KN95
Hmm.
and surgical gloves, plus we have a mission mask in New Jersey where a
Right.
lot of ladies they are making as a volunteer at home
Oh,
so
wow.
many masks. So approximately 20 to 25,000 masks we have delivered to hospital workers, to people, and to the people, the family members of people who have COVID positive.
How
Now, the
important?
second mission of meals came from Kohler Center in New York. One of my friends called me at 2 o'clock in the morning
Hmm.
and he was very emotional. And he said, Sunil, today from 8 a.m. to uh, 9 p.m., I was on the floor and I saw people working, healthcare workers, respiratory therapists, nurses, doctors are working so hard for 13 hours. And I marked that they didn't had even lunch. And that woke up our eyes. And we started our second mission. We contacted some of the vendors, and with the help of ISKCON Brooklyn Temple and Nitin Vyas of World Vegan Vision and Dr. Amin from Kohler Center and Snehal Parikh, the director for SSAI, they all work together, and in within 24 hours, they have prepared individually wrapped, ready
Wow.
to serve healthy meals with napkin and water to Kohler Center at Roosevelt Island Hospital in New York. And that mission has continued almost from later part of March
Right.
until today. Today we have served through Puja Restaurant. Mr. Tarun Kumar has served 60 meals
Wow.
to healthcare workers at St. Peter's University Hospital.
Could you reflect on how the status of PPE currently is while there is conversation about a second wave going? Is your team ready to supply more PPE if needed?
Exactly. That's a great question. And thank God you asked me because I do talk to, see, with this development of SSAI in during COVID impact, we have partnered, network with lots of local, county, state level, and national level, and even international level with lot of organization. And how I feel right now is people who intervened before very aggressively has been little bit resting now, and that is very dangerous. You saw what is happening in Texas, Florida, and Arizona.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the future might be, but as the issue, the problem we had in the beginning of March about PPE, we do not want to have that problem if the second wave comes, or if there is no second wave. There is also, we are more exposed to during Memorial Day weekend to other stuff. So even if there is no second wave and cases rises, we should be prepared. And as far as I tell you, SSAI
Right.
and SKM Foundation are well prepared if there is a sudden increase in the cases of COVID positive patients.
Let's talk a little bit about community awareness, as that is also a part of the Sight Saving Academy of India. And I know that is something that you're continuously working with here in the US, with states such as Florida, Texas, California, and many others going into primarily a lockdown again with their reopening shutting down. Could you give us an insight into how important this community awareness is, and exactly what does the community need to worry about right now, and what does the community need to look forward to in terms of getting through COVID in a safe and secure manner?
See, the most important thing is everybody talks about social distancing,
Right.
wearing mask,
Yes.
wearing gloves, use sanitizer, wash hands, stay home. But nobody talks about the benefits of it. How I was taught by Dr. Murthy and my other mentors during this COVID crisis, that you teach people what are the benefits of doing this. So we titled this as how to make Avsar out of Apat, or how to capitalize during this crisis. So the best thing is stay home as much as you could. Don't go out unless it is necessary. Now, while you are home, all your life you work for outside. When you are home, you can work on your inside. You can become more spiritual, more, you can learn yoga, you can be working on your height, you can work on your weight, and you can start 30 minutes of exercise every day. You can think and you have time to make, cook good food, work on
Right.
your diet, and work on your sleep. uh, Diabetes is rampant in South Asian community, Indian people. So diabetes and regular lifestyle, we can reduce our hemoglobin A1C, our glucose level, and that way we can complement ourselves during this time. So make sure, let us take advantage of this time we have. And rest of the thing, if you have social distancing, wear mask, you, you will win this war. And there is nothing political about it, there is nothing
Yeah.
religious about it. And now they say if you wear mask, you stop preventing, you are stopping the
Right.
spread of it, but also it prevents you from getting it. So make sure we wear mask, we wear we do a lot of hand washing, keeps it social distancing, sleep at least for 8 hours, exercise for 30 minutes, eat good. You can take vitamin D3, vitamin C, and zinc to help yourself to raise your immunity, and try to avoid as much as you can avoid social gathering, which is not needed now. And fortunately, we have this virtual meetings, and there are advantages of virtual meeting, that there is no cost involved. You don't have to feed anybody. And how we were told in India, in our culture, to leave the shoes outside, keep it outside. Try not to wear your belts. Don't use handkerchiefs. Rather use napkins, towels, disposable, and don't grow beard. Try to cut your hair at home. So these are all things you can do, and
Right.
I request you, please. Uh, these are very simple steps. So prevent COVID. Ask somebody who is COVID positive and was hospitalized, that they tell us that may God does not give this disease to anybody.
But with reopening happening in several parts of the country, would you recommend people to go on subways, to restaurants, to salons and stores and others when we are seeing all of the cases also spike up?
Everything can be done, but it has to be done safely,
Right.
and make sure we do not infect anybody else. So as long as we keep safe distance, wear mask, wash our hands, and if you know how to, the principle of wearing gloves, then you wear the gloves. So if we learn these simple things, we don't get tired. And I think before you go out, I would suggest that people take 3 or 4 days transition, like training at home, that just they mimic it as if they are going out, and practice it so that you do not make mistakes. My major concern, even with me, is like when we go out in the field to donate, to collect, or whatever it is even at that point we don't get carried away, and our focus about keeping safe distance, wearing mask, because at every event these principles are breached. I mean it.
Yes.
But let us save ourselves, let us teach other people by setting up
Definitely.
an example.
Definitely. Well, this was great having you here with us on ITV Gold, Dr. Sunil Parekh. And thank you for sharing a lot of the work the Sight Saving Academy of India is doing. Just one last message to our audience.
We can beat this, we can win this war. This is the biggest opportunity to donate, to give, and the return on your donation is very high. So if you want to donate your time, your expertise, your talent, money, please go to our website stopblindness.org or sknfoundation.org, or you can call me directly, 732-822-9787. And again, I want to re-emphasize that SSAI is not political, not religious. It is a selfless group of approximately 85 people now, which is supporting the mission and objectives of SKN Foundation and South Asian Diabetes Center to help people to reduce the impact of COVID crisis. Thank you, ITV Gold.
Of course.
And Ms. Amba, thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining us on ITV Gold.